Right.
Uh,
News story number one, and this came out of nowhere. Well, it didn't come out of nowhere. We kind of knew it was coming. There was rumblings last week, but nothing major. That's why Alex didn't really talk about it last week because it was just tiny rumblings coming out slowly. But here's the kind of update that changes the way you use your hardware. PlayStation Portal is receiving a major software overhaul. What happened yesterday? And it's more than just cosmetic. Sony has rolled out a huge user interface redesign and crucially, full cloud streaming capability for PlayStation 5 games. This update, live now, allows PlayStation Plus premium subscribers to stream over 2,800 PS5 titles directly onto the PlayStation Portal, no longer needing your PS5 to be switched on at home. That's what I did in Spain.
woo!
I didn't even switch a PS5 on, I was streaming it. That
Mhm.
includes both games you've bought outright and any you've redeemed through PlayStation Plus. The UI has been completely restructured too, giving players three clear tabs across the home screen: Remote Play, Cloud Streaming, and Search. That's a much cleaner layout and puts the new streaming feature front and center rather than buried in menus. Other improvements to the portal in this update include 3D audio support for compatible headsets during both remote play and cloud streaming. So you're going to get that audio through the cloud streaming. A network status tool that you can check your Wi-Fi quality before starting a session. And a new passcode lock, adding an extra layer of privacy for those sharing or traveling with the device. Altogether, this turns PlayStation Portable from a niche companion device into a proper portable streaming machine. It's smoother, smarter, and more flexible than ever, making it feel like Sony's truly invested in the platform's future. Finally, according to internal estimates, around 5% of all PS5 owners now own a PlayStation Portal. It might sound small, but that's 5% of over 80 million, so that's already millions of portals already in circulation, a solid sign that Sony's remote play ecosystem is quietly building real momentum. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, so what that is saying is you technically do not even need to buy a PlayStation 5 to play a PlayStation 5. You can spend £200 or dollars on a PlayStation Portable. You can go online, set up a PlayStation Plus subscription and account, and away you go, mate. You have a PS5 via streaming only. How crazy is that, dude? So when
Awesome.
you have an Xbox Series S model that was built for streaming, Sony just undercut it with the same power and did it as a portal. Time, dude, this is the most important thing. The thing I was thinking about most about this is how they didn't rush the technology on Portal. Like it's been in slow state, incremental stages with the updates
Yeah.
for PlayStation Portal. They didn't just try it from day one and then first reaction is, oh, this technology's crap or the cloud streaming is crap because then the damage is done. People are like, it's not worth it. They've just added small improvements and small updates, increased the resolution over streaming, frames, everything like that to look at where we are now. The fact that technically, if your entry point to a PlayStation 5 now is £200 via the PlayStation Portal, have you got it going?
Plus yeah, it's running. It's running. Okay, cool. So what I did want to check was if it would play. At the moment, it seems like there's only a few select games. Obviously, you can play, the likes of Astrobot. You got the whole like games like Sifu. You've got versions like I was looking at the classic games like Tekken in particular.
Tekken
So I bought
3.
that digitally. Tekken, no, not Tekken 3, Tekken 8.
Okay.
So I was just looking to see if you'd be able to play like that game in particular, you know what I mean? Or just any games that you just purchased digitally on the system. And it seems like not all games are available.
It says
So I guess
2,800. So unless everything's going a bit crazy because everyone's jumping on it or something. But I mean, that sounds like almost, it says they've said that anything in your library should be playable on there.
that's what I thought. Yeah, yeah, that's what I
We'll
thought.
have
So
to,
it's not
I
there
think, I think by
at
next
the
week we'll
moment.
have a proper review of it because
But
we
yeah,
know
yeah,
you'll be
yeah,
you'll be going hard.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think you know
Definitely,
what?
I
That's the problem. I'm
definitely
playing
will.
Yotato and I want to play it on a big TV, but I might do some of the
Well, just
side
to have the
stuff.
option, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
you've
yeah.
purchased it, you
So,
can just dive straight in.
but dude, this is the
Yeah,
first holiday I went on where I
yeah,
didn't switch to PS5 in remote play. I was like, I know I'm gonna play Jurassic World Evolution,
yeah,
and then
yeah, yeah.
obviously I played Ridge Racer, but I played it specifically just streaming.
Streamed it all.
And as long as
The
it's
streaming
decent connection,
generation
and I
has
checked,
officially
so
begun.
the Airbnb apartment, we had an apartment.
Yeah, yeah.
The Wi-Fi was downstairs. It was a two-story apartment, right? Like an open
Mm,
apartment, like a New York
yeah,
loft or something like that.
nice.
12 megabytes per second was the speed of the Wi-Fi, and it worked. I mean, it's Jurassic World Evolution and Ridge Racer, but
Yeah,
it
yeah. So
worked
there's not much going on. Yeah,
flawlessly.
yeah. Yeah,
Dude,
that's good.
I played the whole thing and never had a mishap, and I couldn't believe it. I was
Mm,
like, "Fucking hell, man!" I get the occasional glitches and
nice.
mishaps when I link to, dude. I mean, I linked to
Yeah,
my
yeah.
PS5 in the UK from Vancouver. Remember when I was
Yeah,
playing
yeah.
Power Wash a
Yeah,
few
yeah, yeah,
Christmases
yeah, yeah,
ago?
yeah.
And you get the occasional blip, but when you stream it, because it's not like connecting to that PS5, so it's not trying to go through a console, my home Wi-Fi, the Wi-Fi where I'm at, and into the portal. It's just straight right off whatever local Wi-Fi you're playing.
Yeah, yeah.
And here's another thing, dude. Imagine if they tried to do this day one, because remember day one you couldn't connect to just any open Wi-Fi. It was only certain Wi-Fis that you could connect to, and then they did that update where you can now connect to your mobile phone tether or a hotel because you
Yeah.
scan the barcode and stuff to get the portal to link to it. When you think how far we've come from day one, because we both got the portal day one to where we are now, right? It's crazy, right?
It is, it is, and to the point where, well, a lot of people just didn't understand what it was about. You know what I mean? And like, obviously, clearly, we could see like where it was heading. And this was just like we were pretty much beta testing as the cloud streaming was, what the potential future would be for Team Blue anyway, for Sony anyway, in terms of streaming games. I mean, obviously, they first enabled you to stream directly from your from your PlayStation itself. Then they had a select amount of games for the PlayStation Plus store, and now you can pretty much stream everything. I mean, this is the future of where all gaming should be going anyway, where everything is being streamed either from a local device or remotely from a server based in whatever your local major city is. I think Sony's working with Amazon on this one, aren't they? And it's like you can just tell that they've got the technology to stress test and have things of this nature, data transfer rates of this nature, to be able to give you a full gaming experience from a portable device. And what makes this even better than pretty much anything else in the market is the controller, man. I mean, this is the one thing that just this seals the deal. I mean, so, yeah, Nintendo could do it. Xbox has obviously come out with a ROG Ally. Yeah, there's loads of streaming devices out there, but the
There's like
way that they've
600
made
or eight
this,
hundred pound difference between the two
yeah,
now,
there
right?
is that as well. There is that, but they just made a distinct decision to say, you know what, all this is going to do is stream. It's a completely lightweight. It's literally a baked potato. Yeah, there's
Just
hardly
shell.
anything in here. It's a shell. Yeah, but it's such a good, sturdy build. But they've managed to pack in the awesome, probably the best invention ever, besides the PlayStation, obviously, which is the DualSense. And the fact that they've managed to give the same functionality, the same vibrations. The only thing they've changed is they've shrunken down
Mm.
the analog sticks. But bar that, it's an amazing experience. So this is in its final form. So just on a quick search now, and it does say that Tekken 8 is available to stream. So I think I might need to just let it just sink. You know what I mean?
I
On
think
itself.
everybody's
So
jumping on it, mate.
yeah,
Unless
yeah, yeah.
now we're
Just to
gonna
see exactly
see.
what you can do.
But
Yeah.
dude, here's the funny thing. Somebody put up a story the other day, and I was reading it as I was getting ready for this episode. Sony was talking about streaming games at their E3 2014 show when they had bought
yeah,
Gaikai, and they were
yeah,
talking about streaming games and remote play and everything. 11 years later, they've clocked it, right?
yeah,
They haven't like they tried to rush it really fast when the end of PS3, PS4 didn't quite work. The cloud streaming wasn't great, and they just kind of put it on the back burner quietly and
yeah.
rebuilt the systems, you know what I mean, from the ground up to the point now where you're getting 1440p 60 frames per second. Dude, 3D audio through streaming. What the fuck is going on? And I can hear it now. Server routers and server farms
Yeah,
blowing
yeah,
up, and
they're
they're
gonna
trying
be
to send
burning.
3D
You know what I
audio
mean? Sitting
through.
on fire.
But
Yeah.
you think
But
about it,
it's
like you
awesome.
spoke about the ROG Ally X. I mean, that is what is it? Eight, let's say I can't remember the price. Is it 600 and 1,000 or eight
It's
hundred
just
and a
yeah, it's
thousand?
just out of the price range. Yeah,
But
definitely.
you
They're going
can't
for the
play
premium
every
market.
game. You can't play every
You
one of your
can't.
backcat games. And now Sony,
No.
the timing, what
Yeah.
would have been funny if they did this 2 weeks ago. A, because I could have benefited in Spain, and B, it would have been in the ROG Ally launch week. But it's like, and our listeners of the show will understand this. Alex said it countless times. They just have to switch the switch, flip the switch. Sorry. right? And it will go. Remember, that's what you kept joking at.
Yeah,
They're just
yeah,
gonna flip a
yeah.
switch and it will all work. And I feel
And
like
there it is.
Hitoki's like, you know what? Let's take the piss a little bit now
Let's
and
do
flip.
it.
He flipped the switch, which is quite funny. But yeah,
That's
excellent update.
hardcore.
We're really,
It
really
is.
happy.
It really
Uh,
is. And it's going to joy fans across the world. And like it is now opened up a brand new market of just streaming. You know what I mean? We're seeing the birth of the streaming market now in full effect, where like you just said, it's just a £200 or dollar entry fee, and you just pay a subscription. You know what I mean? Throughout the
and
year,
that
and you get access to all
subscription,
those games.
yeah, dude, and that subscription, you might be thinking, why am I paying this subscription to stream? You get like 700 games because you have to have premium. So you get
Yeah,
access to everything.
yeah,
Do
it's
you know what I
everything.
mean? Oh, dude, I just can't wait to play Tekken 3 on it, man. I just need to load that shit up and be like, yeah,
It's
let's
sick.
go.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've played it on it. It is awesome, man. It's like they've got the different filters as well. It's like a great feeling, man. So this is final form, and like this is where we're heading. This is where everything is heading. You just need a
But
screen, decent Wi-Fi, and obviously the controls to kind of make it more engaging.
well, they tried a stream like again. So this is how Sony would, the Sega back in the day. They were way ahead of their time. Do you remember the PSP Go streaming only device?
Yeah,
Like
yeah, I
people were
do.
looking at that like that's never gonna take off. It only
That's
took
like,
like
whoa.
another 13 years later to get the
Yeah,
technology
yeah.
up to scratch. But the fact that they were doing what Sega were doing, which was we know the tech's gonna be there, but we're gonna jump on early, try it,
Too
fail,
early.
and then get
Yeah,
better. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And the foundation. So when people look at this and think, "Oh, this is amazing," ladies and gentlemen, just remember the foundations was PSP Go, Gaikai deals, and really terrible PS3 and PS4 cloud streaming. That's the crumbly foundations to what we have now, right?
Yeah,
And yeah,
yeah,
we'll have a
definitely.
review fully next week. And if you do have a portal, do the update, play it. Let us know what you think as well. Patreons, if you do have a portal, play some games on it, stream it. Let us know next week when you tell us what you've been playing. Make sure you do it on the portal. A great pro consumer move, but we're going to move on from one pro consumer to a potential bigger one from Sony.
Ooh.